Hey everybody. So Love Dare number 13 up right now, and we were to discuss some of the rules that we want to put in place for when there's fights. And you need to know that Lisa and I never ever fight, and so we don't even know why this is important. Um, okay, that's not true at all. Uh, we talked about this and tried to come up with some fight rules, and I think the most significant one that we came up with, and we listed out a few, but uh, the most significant one I think for us was just make sure that when we do fight, that we understand the topic, understand what it is that we're arguing about, or what we disagree on, and then making sure we stay to that, so that if we're arguing about um, dishes in the sink, we aren't all of a sudden flipping over to socks on the floor, or um, you know tasks that weren't done the week before, or whatever. But we really focus on what we're actually in a disagreement about. And so I think that for us, I know for some of you people that have been married for a long time and have probably nailed that one down, seems really simple. But for us, that's a big one. We really want to make sure we're arguing about what we're arguing about, and not just arguing and saying things that sort of aren't the focal point and cause us to get off into other areas and other things that we're arguing about. So that was probably our number one thing. We started off with Lisa's suggestion for a rule was for me just to admit now that I'm wrong and that she's right, and she said then we'd avoid all fights. And so um, we might try that one for a while, but I don't think that'll last. Um, so yeah, that was our discussion. I don't really want to, I don't want to get into too much more, but that was our biggest thing. Yeah, like I said, I don't think we really have, knock them down, tear them down, all out fights. We don't have those, and so, um, not to say I guess we couldn't, but anyway. So that's our big rule that we're going to try and implement, and we'll go from there. So I hope that some of you had some really good discussions. I'd love to hear some of your rules that are out there. So if you did come up with some rules, if you just wrote them down because your spouse isn't doing the Love Dare with you, um, let us know. Fill them in. Write them down on the comment. Like I said, Lisa and I are less than a year into this, and so who knows? Maybe we can steal some of your rules and be able to implement them into our life. So. Um, yeah, so sorry about last week. I should mention that as well. Or last week, yesterday. Computer was down, but it's obviously up and working now, so we are back, and we'll be back with videos. Also, it's good to know that Wendy's back in town safely. Wendy Pauls, who's also doing the Love Dare. Glad to hear she's safe. So, just want to say, be blessed, everybody, and we will talk to you tomorrow. Have a good night.